Welcome back to the show, folks. This is the Upper Tier Podcast, the football and pro wrestling podcast we bring you each and every week. It's Saturday morning, which means one thing: quick fire Premier League predictions. Back here at Wrestling Mania headquarters today, a filthy day out there. But if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and of course drop that little like down there on the video, we would be forever grateful. We're going to kick it off. So Saturday's games: Brentford versus Burnley, massive game. Burnley with a chance, if they pick up a win here, of coming out of the bottom three. Should be interesting. They should be fired up for that. I think Brentford here will probably run out winners marginally 2-1. Keith Andrews doing an absolutely fabulous job there at the moment. Next up, a massive game: Man City versus Leeds. I expect Man City to put Leeds to the absolute sword here and to close the gap to 4 points between themselves and Arsenal. Leeds in a really bad place at the moment, struggling really to find goals, but also struggling to keep clean sheets as well. Not the recipe for staying in the Premier League. Another massive game coming up to cement the top four position. Both these teams doing an absolute wonderful job. Management teams, squads, everything fantastic this season. Sunderland, the Cats versus Bournemouth. Massive game. Winner of this stays in the top four. Who would have thought it at the start of the season? But absolutely fantastic. Great to see these things, especially Sunderland coming up and spending that money and showing that ambition and all that kind of stuff. I'd love to see that kind of thing being rewarded. In terms of a game, I think it'll probably run out a 2-2 draw. But don't be surprised with the Cats with home advantage, maybe marginally running out as winners, but I'm thinking a 2-2 draw. Next up, Everton versus Newcastle. Newcastle have had indifferent form over the last month or so, and again struggling in the Champions League during the week there against Marseille. Everton coming off the back of that 10-man win at Old Trafford against Man United will be absolutely boy oh boy. That Moyes again doing a fantastic job there, and Everton looking really good at the moment. Went above their city rivals as well, Liverpool, my team as well, which is a bit of a kicker as well, to have our rivals above us in terms of the city, and also our rivals in Man United above us as well. So we need fixing up real quick, or a certain bald manager's going to find himself potentially out of a job. In this game here, I think I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Tottenham versus Fulham. Tottenham on the verge of equaling their worst home defeats record. I think it's 2004 and 1993, I think. 10 home defeats in a calendar year. And today, if they were to lose, they would equal that with still over a month to go in the year. So it looks like they could potentially smash it. Home form is absolutely shocking. Just kind of indifferent in the way they play. Coming off the back of a tough game as well against PSG, where they lost 5-3. I think they took the lead in that game as well, if I'm right. But up against Fulham here, we'll be plucky after last week's 1-0 win. Big win, did an awful lot of stuff right in that game. Just didn't come out with the goals, but certainly got the winner in the end. I think it was Jimenez in the 80th odd minute and stuff like that to seal the 3 points for them. Can Marco Silva build on the back of that now and heap more pressure on Thomas Frank at Tottenham Hotspur? And could Spurs draw level on their worst number of home defeats in a calendar year? 10 it is. As I said, I think it's 2004 and 1993 from what I read. Let's move into Sunday then. Some massive fixtures on Sunday, no bigger. 12 o'clock, or sorry, not 12 o'clock. Yes, 12 o'clock. Crystal Palace versus Man United at Selhurst Park. Man United coming off a really drab performance against Everton, down to 10 men with nearly 80 minutes to go. Very disappointed, especially at home. But maybe being away from home might alleviate a little bit of that pressure. A lot of pressure on Amram we're hearing during the week and stuff like that as well. Palace, we know how good they can be. They've been a little bit indifferent since they've entered into Europe and stuff like that. Since they've been clocking these 2 games a week, it's kind of dropped off a little bit somewhat and stuff like that. So Glasner want to steady the ship there, no doubt about it, at Selhurst Park. They will certainly provide a serious challenge for Man United. The way they play down the flanks, that midfield as well is going to need attention to detail, with the likes of Wharton and all in there pulling the strings. We know how good they've been at the back with Gahey and Lacroix, and up front that boy Mateta, he can cause all sorts of problems to Matthias de Ligt. What am I thinking on this? 2-2. Going a lot of draws this week, by the way. 2-2. This could look good in the bookies if you went and did it, Aston Villa versus Wolves, the derby. Wolves couldn't be in a worse place. Starting to play signs of a little bit better under Rob Edwards. Hasn't had enough time. Let's see what this Wolves is like. Tough game against Aston Villa, but again, Aston Villa coming out of a European game as well. How will they look? Surely at home they'll be up for this. Local derby and all that kind of stuff. I expect Aston Villa to run out 3-1 winners here and heap more pressure on Wolves down at the bottom of the league. Forest versus Brighton. Incredible. Forest doing really, really well, and you see how well they're doing even under Sean Dyche and stuff like that. Dyche ball doesn't exist anymore. It's a myth. These guys are attacking, they're scoring goals, doing everything. Coming off a massive win against Liverpool where they absolutely battered us. Let's be honest here. They're playing against Brighton. Which Brighton will show up? Will we get the one that's pumping with Danny Welbeck, or will we get the one that's kind of struggled and being indifferent at times? I'm not too sure. I expect Forest with home advantage here and the crowd being up for it and stuff like that. I think Forest will run out here marginally 2-1 winners. West Ham versus Liverpool. Good Lord, do I have to check out the preview that's on the channel for West Ham versus Liverpool. Down at the London City Stadium. Liverpool, the visitors down to London. Not a happy hunting ground for us at all in recent times. London in general. But West Ham will be very much up for this with Nuno. Have showed some really good form since he's gone in there. Steadied the ship a little bit. It was still a little bit wavy for a few games, but he's really steadied the ship there now. And looking at how they played last week and the goals they scored, that's exactly our Achilles heel. Quick balls over the top, speed of Callum Wilson, Jarrod Bowen, players like that and all will really cause us a lot of problems. We're going to have to really be on it. We've seen the Instagram posts that have gone out. We've seen all the different social media posts and stuff like that. Liverpool, it is now time to fix up. Nothing less than a win here is acceptable. But I'm very concerned, and I think maybe a 2-2 draw. If we lose, the bubbles will be flown, and not only that, it sounds like it could be the end of Arne Slot, but let's see what happens. And then the fixture that everyone I think is looking forward to, the Super Sunday, fitting of it, top two in the league, Chelsea entertaining Arsenal at the Bridge. Chelsea in a great run of form. What a win over Barcelona the other day. Marc Cucurella, absolutely phenomenal. I did pick him in my team of the season, remember. Arsenal as well, absolutely scintillating against Bayern Munich as well. What more can we say about Arsenal this season? They've been absolutely phenomenal to a man. Arteta just getting it right on so many levels. Hurts me and kills me to say it, but you can't deny the inevitable. And I think we are looking potentially at the Premier League champions elect. But we shall see. Long way to go. We're not even in December yet. What do I think about this one? It would be very hard to go against Arsenal here. But I'm going to go with 2-2 draw. I'm going to go with 2-2 draw. And if that happens, then it'll be very, very interesting because it'll tighten up things slightly in the table and stuff like that. Yeah, but the question is for both teams coming off big wins in the Champions League and expelling a lot of energy. I know Arsenal made a few little adjustments and stuff like that. Chelsea, not so much. Talk of Cole Palmer could be back and stuff like that. I'm not too sure with the whole stub broken toe kind of thing, but we shall see. But let us know your thoughts on that one. Who's going to win out in London this weekend? And how big a game is this? Are Chelsea going to define their season now? Are they going to show us that in fact they are actually in a title race and Maresca's doing an absolute fabulous job there as well? Or will the Arteta show keep on rolling on and will Arsenal keep on doing what they are doing? Let us know your predictions in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button and drop a like on the video. And we'll talk to you again real soon. Cheers. Don't forget to join us, by the way, as well. Later on this evening, we will be doing a watch along from 11:45 WWE Survivor Series from San Diego. Talk to you real soon, folks. Cheers.